Hello everyone, and welcome to my Polish cuisine. Since the cucumber season is in full bloom, it is definitely worth to preserve that fresh taste in the jars in the winter time. So today I am making pickles in mustard sauce, and in Polish we say ogórki w sosie musztardowym. So I will place this ingredient list underneath this video, and I have 2 kilograms of store-bought fresh cucumbers. I'm going to wash them in a little while. And here I have 6 jars. These jars are 375 mLs. And here I have a bigger jar, and this is 500 milliliters. So let me begin. The first thing I do is I'm gonna pour a liter of water for this amount of brine. Place this over high heat. Into the brine, I'm going to add sugar. Next thing I'm gonna add is the salt. That's that all. I'm using the Polish salt, which has no iodine. And now I'm going to add the vinegar, and this is 10% vinegar. I'm going to mix this all well. And I'm gonna bring this to boil, cover it. In the meantime, I'm going to wash the cucumbers. You might want to ask, why wash the cucumbers if you're going to peel them? And actually there is a point to it. Usually the cucumbers have these little dimples on them, and a lot of the times they can hurt your hand when you're peeling, and also they get dirty and then you still have to wash them all over again. You can also soak these in the water if they are store-bought, and if they are not nice and crispy and they're lumpy, you may want to soak them in the water for approximately an hour so they can absorb some of the water. And I also scald my jars, even though they've been sanitized in the dishwasher, but they've been sitting for a while. So what I do is I pour some boiling water over them. I will tighten their lids just gently so that the lids can get sterilized again. I will let them sit like this for a little bit. And they are hot, so be careful. Now that the water is boiling, I will take it off heat. I will wait a little bit for it to cool, and then we will put the mustard in. And now it's time to add the mustard. Mix until it dissolves. And the jars are now ready. They are scalded. Make sure you check if there's no broken glass around the jar. Make sure that the lid are all good. I checked all of mine because it would defeat the purpose of doing all this work. And just remember that this side, the greener side of the pickle, this is the lighter side here, and it's usually thinner. This side can be bitter, so I'm going to cut these ends off and make sure to peel it this way so that you don't get the bitterness to this side. And they're not all bitter, but sometimes they are. So now what I do is I will cut the cucumbers. The bigger ones I will cut into 6s, but if they're smaller like this one and has small seeds, it's enough just to peel it into 4s and set it aside until we're done with all of them. My cucumbers are now all cut up. The next thing is I'm going to fill the jars. So I have some dill here. And this is optional, you don't need to use dill for these. I'm just using this for fragrance, so just on the bottom. Next thing, I put in bay leaf, 2 allspice, 2 grains of allspice, 1 black peppercorn, and a few of the mustard seeds. Now we're gonna have to pack this in really tightly. Just as many as you can fit in. Make sure that they don't stick out. If there's a little spot, take a smaller one, pack it in there. I think this is all I can fit in here. So something like this. And I'll set it aside here for the brine. And the same with the rest of these. And I was able to fit the cucumbers into the smaller jars, so I'm not using this extra one. And now I have my brine here. I'm gonna fill the jars with the mustard brine. Just remember that there's still a lot of air in them. And I'm just wiping the thread. And now I'm going to fasten those only about halfway so that the air that's inside can escape while this is cooking, because we have to pasteurize it. So we have to bring it to boil for about 5 minutes, but these are not tight. I'm gonna tighten them after they are pasteurized. Now in the bigger pot, I'm gonna place some paper towel on the bottom, so when they cook and they shake, that they don't break while the pasteurization process. And I can only fit 4 here. Now I'm going to fill the pot with cold water, cool water, because the brine is cooled off. And this shouldn't be more than 3/4. So this is about 3/4. I'm gonna cover it first and place it on the stove. And once the water comes to boil with the jars, cover them up and watch for 5 minutes over medium heat. So my jars are now done, ready. I'm going to remove them. They've been in cooking for exactly 5 minutes. So now what you want to do, because the air has come up, tighten the lid, invert, and put it on a board or a towel and cool them for a few hours, at least preferably overnight. I will keep them here overnight, and they should be ready to eat in about 10 days. But the longer they stand, the better they will be. And as you can tell, I'm tightening all the lids now. And there they are. And now I'm going to place this one in the water. That was my 5th one. And do the same. So if you like this recipe, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching. Enjoy and smacznego.